Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, I'll be going through and reviewing my round 1 SuperCoach BBL team for the BBL SuperCoach 23-24 season, going through how I went, etc., and how I'm in actually a pretty good position comparatively to everyone else, and we'll go through sort of how the whole all of the guys did. But before, let me just bring this up a little. Let me actually bring up the how everyone did so that I can bring it up for you guys. But so yeah, before we get into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into this video. So if I just swap this across for you guys, and I find it on, it should be on here on PodMasters, and then we go across, here we go. So on here you'll see that I was actually 3rd in the PodMasters for the content creators. On top score we had Jake up there with 1337, which is a huge score, and we'll look at his side. And then you also had Brode, who was 1277, then me at 1258, and Adrian at 1249. And as you can see here, Jake with his, 1337 is 253rd. So that is 750 ranked ahead of me, and only 80 points, give or take, 79 points there. And then Brode is a good 19 points ahead of me and 750 ranked. So if you basically put that into perspective, if I'd had the captaincy on Colin Munro, I would be like 240th. So that's just the difference there. And as you can see here, I am 2nd in the head-to-head, obviously. And then as a league, we are 14th. And so now let's switch over to here. And as you can see, top 2% for the round 1 score, which is huge. Total score, obviously, after one game, after 1 week is the same. And so just outside the top 1,000 at 1,003rd out of 49,249, which is a fair chunk of people. I expect across the whole season that probably to jump to 50.5, 51,000 potentially. And as you can see here, the trades, I had them locked in before this video, but for the sake of this video, I have gotten rid of them to show you my side, because it's just easier that way. And then obviously for future videos when I go away, etc., it'll be a slightly different formatting. And we got the 3 league wins, as you would have seen in JB's video. If I just go quickly down here, go back to here, and then we just go scroll down a little bit just to see all these guys in the chat that we have, and you'll see here that I was matched up against Jamie here, and let's go over to that league, I guess, but to that game. So here we go, and we're just going to scroll through here, and we'll go to the leagues first. So as you can see, if I go to head-to-head, here we go. So my public league won that pretty convincingly in the end by 100 odd points. JB, I beat him in the PodMasters Cup, and yeah, just got a decent game, that one, and we'll go down to his team just to see it. He actually ended up in a pretty decent position. I mean, if he'd played half the sides in the comp, he would have won. But yeah, his side wasn't actually the worst. Billings the same. Munro, we effectively had the same. Sutherland the same. Maxwell. Harper just didn't fire for him, and that's why I didn't like him, Harper, when I was going to select my side. It's just I didn't like having keepers, because they are basically just a batter with 10 extra points effectively. And batters, we've seen statistically do not do well. Lynn was statistically the best batter last year, and he averaged 54, which was 20th best. And there was, I looked through it, 10 bowler-only options ahead of him, which just shows the difference in quality there. Connolly, we both had. Nessa, he actually gained 20 odd points on me with Curran, so that was effectively Richo to someone else that I probably had, and his Richo just failed. And Koonman basically had the same score as Walter, so the difference was just Sammy Harper to in the end, who I had, but which would have been I forgot who I had in the end, but yeah, no, that Sammy Harper and Richo just failed for him, and I was able to jump on him, but and get the win there. But that was a really it was a close one, but Sammy Harper just failed for him, which sort of sucks because a lot of respect to JB and his YouTube channel. I'll probably give him a link him in the description, etc. Go over to him and chuck him a subscribe, even though he's, I think, got a lot more subscribers than me, because he's just good to work with. And then in the other league, I won actually a very, very close matchup against DR Rusty Spoons. And as you can see, my rankings in the groups, in the YouTube one that we have, you can see I am first out of all the boys, and then you've got some guys that are close behind me, and then in the PodMasters Cup I am fourth I'm fourth or third actually, as you can see, in the group rank. I don't know about the group, and you can see here fourth, third actually, and yeah, so going pretty well there. Behind obviously Jake and Broderick, and then inside BBL I'm 50 something, and we've got some fairly high scoring guys in there, and then Wikis I am 23rd. So overall pretty good. And then we just quickly look at the rankings just to show what happened. So Ryan's on top by a lot of points, and I actually really like obviously he went huge. The only problem I have with this side is the fact that he's got 7 heat guys and one striker already. He's going to load up on strikers. So say he does a 3-1, a 3 up, 3 down with the Brisbane Heat into strikers guys. It's still going to leave him with 8 guys. Well, am I right in saying that? 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Still going to leave him with, I believe I said 8. Which will be 4 and 4. So he's going to be either way. He's going to have to use a trade boost here to get out of these guys, because he's going to be left with 8 guys on the bye in round 3, and that's just unsustainable. So he's going to have 5 guys on the bye, which is basically his whole lineup. So he's going to have to use a trade boost there just to get down to 4, and 4 guys on the bye I don't think is sustainable. So I think he's going to suffer a little bit in the long run with that. So I think that's where we can gain 100, 200 points on them. In the slot, I think, has the similar problem, 6 and 7 here. So he's got 7 heat guys, so he's going to have quite a few guys on the bye, it looks like, as well as already having a dead player as well. And I believe, does Ryan have the same thing? So he has a dead player as well, so that's where we're going to gain points, is that he's going to have 4 guys on, he's going to have 5 guys or 6 guys basically on a bye, which means that he's only going to have like 11 playable guys or 10 playable guys in the in round 3, and we're going to catch up massively there. In the slots, same sort of thing as we said, and days as well with Wade here. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 heat guys. So he's in a lot better position, and this is probably actually the leader. The only problem I have with this is that Nielsen isn't gonna do pretty much anything, and Hobson on the bench isn't a good option as well. So we can probably, and Eskenazi isn't a good option as well. So he's loaded up on Perth guys, and Hobson's probably gone. Hamish McKenzie's probably gone. So those are probably 2 dead guys. Nielsen isn't going to provide much other than the keeping slot because he's batting like 8. So yeah, I think we will gain back points on him, but I think he's one of the natural leaders. And I think this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as well as a dead player. So 6 effectively on the bye, 7, 8. So we have a similar problem with this side as well. Jim Star just having too many guys on the bye, so we'll catch up points there. So if you look at it, the natural leader that I think is actually in the best position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think is probably actually Killop here, who's in the best position. With his side, and I think you'll see it here. He's got probably the best side. So we are currently, 220 points off the top guy, which is a lot to catch up, but I think we can do it. But it just shows how some teams can easily be a little bit skewed just because of the and you see here as well, this guy as well here. I don't know how he's going to restructure it, but he's already got his 4 strikers guys. He's probably got to get rid of Soinus. He's probably got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys already to get rid of. So he's probably going to struggle with the round 3 as well. So a lot of these top teams you'll see that are around these 1400s are going to really struggle in the bye in that round 3. So I think that's where we can catch up dramatically. But anyway, let's go to the team and how it did in round 1. So Billings underperformed 56. He just didn't get to the bonus in the first game and then got to the bonus in the second game but slowed down. So he really burnt about 30 or 40 points there just by just because of him getting out at the time that he did, basically. So that was sort of sucked, but he is going to be gone by our team preview that you'll have for round 2. McDermott, 21, didn't actually move in price, and he just came up on a hard pitch to bat on and got 11 and then got a catch as well. I think he'll be better in the long run and only really going to be useful in his double, I believe it is, in round 7, which will flip for Philip. He's going to be in that position and we'll just flip them. And I'm probably going to take Philippi on the on his double just because McDermott right now with Wade keeping is just a batter, and he'll just hold that slot down basically, as those two are going to be in their sides for the whole time, so that's fine. Curran 128 saved it in the last game with that 3 for 19 off 4, and then got a cheeky 5 with the bat to beat his break even, so he went up 7k or something, which is good. Munro 190, and you'll see probably the plan that I have in store is actually to get rid of him, even though he's got a minus 28 break even, which is a guaranteed 7k or something like that, even with him getting a 0. That is just because of the plan I have in the future, is that I don't want to have 4 or 5 guys on the bench not scoring in round 3. I don't want to fall into that problem. So getting rid of Munro, and as he is a batter only, he could easily go and score a 0, whereas I have more trust in maybe a guy like Richardson or Nessa to score, which I'm trying to hide my trades, even though I know my trades at the moment. I'm trying to hide them as best I can, but I'm pretty confident Munro, Billings will be guys that will go. Maxwell, I'm just going to hide on the bench for this round 2. 73 from him, 130k. He rose up, 12k, something like that, 11.7k. He has the bye, which is absolutely perfect timing, and he'll come back in. Don't know why people are trading him out, because he's gonna be in. I'm happy that people are trading him out, because you're gonna have to trade him back in. So that's just a waste of trade. Hide him on the bench when you can now with the no one has the bye this week. Who has the bye this week? Is it, or does no one have, let me just check. No one has the bye. Melbourne Stars have the bye himself, so that's the only team that has the bye, so that you're absolutely fine just to hide him. Philippi, 100, and he's just going to become the keeper, basically. Went up 11k, and he could easily just climb to 150k and just be that keeper that we got for 100k. Him and McDermott for the whole season, basically playing 180k for the keeper slots, is absolutely perfectly fine, and I think he's going to be fine, and he looks in decent form, and hopefully he can carry that on. Cooper Connolly saved it in the second game, as he only got 6 in the first, didn't get to bowl in the first game. Second game got 2 overs, but Hamish McKenzie sort of made it so that he wouldn't get his 4, which could have easily made him go up. He could have easily gotten another 25, 30 points quite easily with the economy rate bonus he was on track to get. I think he was on track to get a 10 or something economy rate bonus, maybe even 15. And then also there was a potential he could have easily taken another wicket or 2, which would have got him close to 100k. But with that minus 13 break even, already pretty much guaranteed to go up 3k, he could easily go up, say, another 10, 15k quite easily this round, and just hold him until he might be held through the as a loophole in his bye rounds, as we see with he's got 4 and 5 off. He might be held through there. I don't know exactly yet. But, yeah, I'm definitely not going to hold Richardson through his bye weeks, but Cooper Connolly could be held and used as a loophole, as he will be only probably 100, 110k by then. If he gets another 20 off 9 and a wicket, if he gets 80 each week, if he gets another 80, You can see here 13.3k for a 50 difference is around about that, around about 300 coins per point differential in his projected and his break even. So if he gets another 80, that'll be potentially another 25. If he gets another 80, that's probably him at about 105, 110k, and an 80 after that as well. And he probably goes to, I would say, 120, 130k, and you can almost trade him out at that point, as he's done his cash gen. He's made 60k and he's really shot up. So there is potential that if he explodes, that I get rid of him, because that'll be 50k cash that I can make and just downgrade to someone playing, or potentially get a loophole in Chowdhury at that point, as that'll be 90k that I'll have saved by then. But if he's around that 110, 105, I'll probably just hold him for his double, as that'll be pre-planning, I guess. And then you had on the bench for us, Fraser McGurk, 73, and that was huge against the Sixers. Got out in a dumb fashion to save the Sixers the game, and which was fun as a Sixers fan, did his job. Obviously got stuffed over in that Perth game, not getting a bat, which sort of caked his real cash gen. He would have gone up if he'd say gotten another 30 or something in that Perth game. He would have gone up another probably 10k up to 82k, had a probable break even of minus 25, minus 30, and that would have really meant that he would have gone up another 10k. So a 30 pointer in the Perth game, probably not getting any points there and not getting a 30 pointer, probably denied him 10, 15k in 10k in the round, and then a further 5k in the break even. So that probably denied him 15k of cash gen, but still happy to hold him for the round 3 when he's got the double. And with the plan that I have in place, I'm hopeful that I'll be able to at least loophole him in rather than have to be actually playing him, which is the plan at the moment, but we'll see on that front. Darcy Short didn't play, so didn't change, and yeah, happy sort of about that, I guess. Richo, 74, he drained 17k of cash in that, and yeah, as you can see right now, he's probably going to be one of the most traded guys, just based on his price range and the ability to get Matt Short from it. So he is potentially on the way out, but I think I may hold him just because of some fixturing and the buy structure and stuff like that, so that he's going to be a little bit easier to maneuver around. But you'll see in due course when I come out with my round 2 preview team, how I'm going to maneuver there. Nessa, I had the captaincy on, and it really just sucked. He got 5 overs to bat and 5 overs to bowl and 2 overs to bat in, and really got helped by the 30 points he got in catches, basically. So he went down 1.1k, which is negligible, but projected to get a 71 this week, and is probably going to be the guy that actually goes alongside Munro and Billings, as with him, he's basically just dead cash on the bench in round 3, either him or Munro or someone like that at 150, 180k, and I just cannot have that. So I'd rather have Richo playing these games and potentially losing a little bit more cash, but having a guy that actually plays in those games. So it's all about navigating, especially the double bye week. And so that's why I'm probably going to hold Richo and get rid of Nessa, which looks counterintuitive, but I think it helps in the long run, especially just having another big scorer in round, in that double round, as a lot of people are going to have the guys like Cooper Connolly and obviously Fraser McGurk on his double, potentially even playing. I'll have Tanvir. My goal is to probably have the likes of Tanvir Sanger, Jai Richardson, and Philippi, and probably Tom Curran as the only non-double players playing. So that would be 4 guys, and potentially even loop the likes of Tanvir Sanger around or something like that. But definitely not having too many guys that are playing singles, which is what, Nessa would be a dud pick, but he would be on the bench rather than Jai Richardson playing in round 3, which is sort of the way I'm moving forward with that. Will Sutherland was a start, and I'm glad that I had him from the start. Him over Sean Abbott was a trade-off of 142 points, which that coupled with a Nessa captain put a lot of people 200 points behind me, and that's how you can see why they're so far in, like, there's a couple guys in the thousands, etc. And that's really where I think one of the gaps was created, was Will Sutherland, Sean Abbott, that sort of that touch or go, and I'm glad that just because of the fixtures I went Will Sutherland, and that has netted me a lot of cash. I mean, Sean Abbott I think even went down 5 or so K, and Will Sutherland, so that nabbed me about 30K in cash, as well as, I mean, they're basically even now, so yeah, 30K in cash. So yeah, that really helped out, and he's got the double in round 3, which will be huge. Adam Zampa, I am so happy that he didn't play in the second game that got called off. I mean, that helped me get some cash gen out of him, as his break even, I don't know what it was, but I think it was about 80, so he would have been going down about 4 or 3K if he hadn't played, but obviously didn't play, and has got the double, and has got his rest in, so he should be fine. Plays one game against, who do they play this week? They play Brisbane, so hopefully he can run through the Brisbane guys, as I won't have like any of the Brisbane guys, so hopefully he can run through them, take 2 or 3 wickets there, smash his break even, get up another 15 or so K, and then have a like 15 or 20 break even for the double week, and then make another 20 or 30K, because he could easily get up to like that 160, 170K quite easily, and then be a massive trade out when they after his double. But then also I want to hold the guys like Sutherland, because if I check here on my double tracker, you'll see that they sort of have, I may actually hold the Renegades guys and trade out all the get rid of all the Melbourne Renegades guys, hold all the Melbourne Stars guys, even though this is currently a plan, but this is definitely going to change this plan here. You can see I am probably not going to be able to get up to 4 Melbourne Stars guys, etc. And that probably gave away what I'm doing a little bit. But anyway, so we got through Zampa. Walter saved himself with, I think, what was it, 71 in the last game or something. Him and Michael Niso contributed 2 wickets. Both his wickets were caught by Michael Niso, which was a good 41 point deliveries from each of them. So that was all right, and he saved himself, got up, in the end, a 10K price rise, 11K price rise, which was huge. And yeah, just cash gen on cash gen on cash gen is going to be huge. Tanveer Sangha was absolutely huge again, 16K price rise out of him, and he is absolutely set for another, 10K basically, probably close to 20K. He is probably going to be 130, 140K before his buy, before his double, which will be pretty much, it'll be tough for people to get in, obviously, but getting him on basically a 60K discount on what a lot of people are going to get him in is absolutely huge, as a lot of people will be having to move like Hamish McKenzie, who I don't think will play another game, up to Tanveer Sangha. So that was just a brilliant go there. And then Ben Menenti didn't play for us in his game, which was a washout. So that's basically the side there. We went through all of the things there, and so that's basically the video there, recapping or reviewing my round 1 Supercoach, in which I ended up 12.58 score and a round rank of 1003. So I'm going in a good position. I feel good. I feel like I've set up better than a lot of the teams above me, so there is potential for me to rise. I feel like I escaped a lot of the going around with the fixtures, etc., and losing a lot of cash gen out of guys like Harper. Joe Clark as well failed. Quinton de Kock, a lot of people brought him in late and he failed. So a lot of top tier guys, even Ashton Turner, who was on the double, only got 19 points, so he wasn't bowling. And I feel like a lot of the guys that I have actually have decent job security, except for basically Ben Menenti, so that'll be really good for me. So anyway, that is the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But before I leave, just remember to give JB a subscribe there, follow him on Twitter alongside me and all the other podcasters, and yeah, keep up to date, especially with a lot of the other guys, as they will be sort of on top of it more as I'm going away a little bit, but I'll try and keep you guys as updated on Twitter as well as on my community page on YouTube. But anyway, that is the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.